Alright, good morning. Welcome to Insomnia Poker, day 3. We did some off video work to get our chip stack up a little bit. We have enough for one buy-in. As you know, we had to reset our entire account, but we have enough for this in about 7 minutes. So introduction's over. I'm going to take a few minutes to wake up a little more. It's 3:24 in the morning, and drink a little cup of coffee, and we'll get after it. Alright, so here we go. Still got a second or two of the break before we start. So welcome to free poker in Texas. Unfortunately, of course, living here means we cannot play online poker on legitimate sites, which really sucks. As a poker player, you're just kind of stuck. I moved about a year ago, and when I did, I moved myself away from any real poker. So here we are. I can't sleep in the middle of the night, so this is what we do. We play Insomnia Poker free on PokerStars. We had a great chip stack when we started this poker vlog, but unfortunately PokerStars screwed up my account. I can't get back in, so we had to restart the whole thing. We now have 5K in chips, and our other 50K is invested here. So every 4 hours we get a free 15K in chips. I'm sorry, I just had to check to see what I dumped. It was a good fold. So here we are, and like always, I will be pausing the video record and coming back with just something worth watching. So I'll see you guys in a few. Alright, so we pick up 10-4 offsuit in the big blind here. Let's see if they make it where I have to defend this crap. Well, they just did, so we're going to have to call 30 right now. By raising, we get them to fold those better hands. The second reason is it allows us to take the betting lead. So now we can represent stronger hands. I'll have to call it just to see it. And there's a good waste of 30 extra chips. The top tier strength of hands because we would never limp those in behind another limp or a pre-flop. And the third reason is a very basic. All right, we'll fold this out when we get a chance to. There we go. Be back. So I just wanted to jump in. We have been extremely card dead. We have not played a single hand as of yet. We've seen 2 blind increases. As you can tell, that is still just a few pennies off our starting stack, and basically, since we're defending here in the big blind, you can see the kind of garbage we're being dealt. Was exciting. You can immediately feel the yeah. So here we are. We're still just kind of knitting our way through this thing. Don't have a bankroll here, so not much we can do. But you know, and when I say non-playable, I mean I've seen Jack 4 offsuit twice already. I mean 3-6 off, just pure trash, guys. So I promise, hopefully, this is the first playable hand, and this is in the small blind. And as you can tell, the vulnerability of Jack Queen offsuit means that, you know, any real sizable bet should be a fold here in the small blind. But let's see if we get a chance to play it. All these types of hands that just don't connect at all with this one. So for that reason, I think the best route here. So we're not going to raise it up, but we're definitely going to get in the mix here. Maybe get him to bluff, and also allow him to maybe. If Vintage Mouse or whatever his name is gives us the opportunity to just limp call. Now this is about the worst turn card we could have asked for. That's already more than I wanted to play for. So we'll see. And there's another raise. So this is just getting uglier. We're going to have to call 60 more for a 640 pot. This is probably a mistake. We do pick up a gut draw to the straight, to the nuts. So this is actually the best river we could have asked for, besides a queen, obviously. Flush draw doesn't get there. It makes it a lot less likely that he's got an ace. If he did somehow, just gonna have to pick a better spot. He's gonna be a little bit worried that we might have an ace. Also, if he has a hand like pocket fours, 5, 6.
So there goes some of our bankroll.
His hand just got counterfeited, so he no longer has showdown value. So his
Just absolute card death here, guys. It's been crazy.
The only hands
We might only get one tonight. Maybe we should have.
And I think there's way more hands that he's going to want to turn into a bluff than we'll call a bet. So for that, again, we're going to proceed with a check. He doesn't take the bait this time and quickly checks behind. Says he's got 8 high. So
all right, we'll be back. So we got about 13 big blinds here. Blinds are going to go up in 2 minutes. This is going to reduce us down to about 10, which of course is going to put us in shove range. We've had one playable hand and lost it because it wasn't even playable, and we should have played it. Pretty card dead throughout this entire tournament. We are seriously just blinding out of here, so we are getting ready to get into shove range, so that'll be fascinating because we have not hit the board at all. So anyway, I'll be back. Alright, so once again we are defending with pure garbage.
So he is probably going to be folding this river a lot of the time. And I don't want to risk him having a small heart.
Just pure garbage. I mean, and we're checking to the river at this point.
Or the Queen of Hearts, something that we can get some value from, but not going too crazy.
I mean, I have to give somebody credit for something here because we don't even have a good bluff. This isn't even a good bluff spot. Sure, you know, the 7 makes the straight. Of course, we won't get to see it. Oh my God, finally, a playable hand. Let's see if we can pick up some chips here. Love to get it all in here. Let's see. I get excited. My king's probably end up cracked here, but I hope not. Obviously, you know, this is the first real hand we've got. Yeah, let's all get in there. I think to avoid the ace, we're just going to do this. Go ahead and jam it. Build this pot up. See if we get any callers here.
My feeling at the time was that if I throw out a small bet, somebody might play back at me, thinking I have 2 overcards.
And we'll just pick up the extra chips and go right back to our starting stack. I think that's a good outcome given our chip stack.
This raise size is pretty weak. Most people with a set are going to be
we're back up to 15 big blinds, so we're okay. We're just limping through, man. Just haven't really seen anything. So, all right, we'll be back. I went back and looked at that king's hand. I jammed into 6 other players. How crazy is that shit? And the funny part is not a single one of them called. So that makes it even funnier because it just shows how weak people will limp in. We are going to fold this. You know, we are not deep stacked enough to chase Doyle. I do love Doyle. Hell, last night I think we won twice with that hand. So, but anyway, looking at that king's hand, it's like you would never jam into 6 players in a live cash game. You just wouldn't do it. I would definitely 3-bet or bet. I mean, they were all limping, so I don't know. Maybe that would have been a better play is to just put in the bet for say 4x pot. Fold out and maybe get 1 caller. I don't know. Either way, it just shows how weak everybody is and that they'll literally just go in with whatever because they have the chips. They can rebuy. They can go on to the next thing. It doesn't cost any money. So I mean, ace deuce suited is calling there. Anyway, it's frustrating because you have to take away from what you know as a tournament player and as a cash player for real poker, real money, and throw all that shit in the trash and move into the who gives a shit play every hand mode and you know, you're just not that deep stacked. Right now we've got 15 big blinds, about to be 12 and a half big blinds. You know, a couple of more, one more blind raise after that, and we're in shove range if we don't pick up any chips.
I don't know if I really believe him or not because he's.
And when you effectively play, you know, theory poker, it really just doesn't apply. I mean, it's like you're at a table full of maniacs.
with all that being said,
I got 7 crazy fucking people here. So you want to play back at them, but I have been that extremely card dead that I can't even take a risk. I mean, Jack 9 with the Jack of Diamonds here. You know, we pick up second pair, and that's probably fucking good. But how do you get in there 4 ways, 5 ways with Jack 9 offsuit?
It's not a board that's going to hit either of us very hard.
All right.
He's going to be checking this flop.
Be back as we blind down in this 50K buy-in. So we get to the break, and we get here with an exact starting stack, 38th position out of 73. Let's go look at some stats. I mean, at least, you know, we got something to look at. We got a 5 minutes to late reg ending. That's cool. Average stacks just 500 chips ahead of us. So, you know, we're not dead here. I mean, you know,
he could have a hand like ace 4, ace 5.
We're not too far off. So
if we do call, we could be right that he's bluffing, but he could have turned.
So obviously we're just stuck down here in the middle of the happy pack. There's all the rebuyers. Rebuyers and late reggers, and you know that we're going to be ahead of them by 19 chips. So it's basically like we just late reg the tournament, so we can just forget all of what happened before and move on. You know, obviously, you know, we're looking for that 620, man. I mean, let's build our bankroll here. How many places are we playing? 36. I mean, any money for us at this point is an improvement in our stack. So we absolutely just do not have,
after about a minute of going through this hand, thinking about everything that happened,
you know, any playable chips, short of buying free chips, which to me just seems ludicrous.
I've definitely made
we're just going to be stuck here. So hopefully, you know, we can put some money in our bankroll and go from there. We'll see. We'll see. Just jump in on break real quick. We've had just about 30 people buy in, and if you look at our table, it's now filling up, or it's full, excuse me. But
he might want to play back at me and, you know, raise with his complete air hand.
This is what's going to make it interesting.
Because I thought it would make the most money in the long run.
Okay, so we actually have, and I realize it's barely, but we have those covered. This one's not too far and could offer a double up. This could offer a double up. This could offer a double up. I have no idea what this guy's doing. So anyway, we're getting ready to get back into it. This is basically how it goes for us. So we're at about 12.5 big blinds now. And of course, first hand out of the box, we'll be folding the 7 deuce suited. 7 deuce game is not in effect here, so obviously not going to be playing that garbage. With 1, 2, 4 callers. Wow, okay. We actually connect with that board pretty well, that's funny. Alright, so we get our second playable hand of the tournament here in on the button, so let's we've got the best position here. Wow. Of course. Put it all in for our tournament life with ace jack. I don't think we can.
So we're going to lead out with a bet about 2/3 pot. We get one caller and we're not too worried at this point.
You got to ask yourself, is this a double up?
Queen jack, jack 8, 7 8.
I'm oh boy. Yeah.
Queen 9, king 9, ace 3s.
Oh, that just makes me ill. That makes me ill. What are we in? We were behind, and we would have lost, and we would have got there and lost. So, pocket jacks takes it down. So, yay us. At least we're smart enough to stick to theory and remain disciplined when possible. So, or when we have to. So there you go. We'll be back in the next sick ass white position. Alright. I think we're going to put in a raise here. First time we've done that. And we'll get one caller. My image apparently isn't good for shit. So this is my favorite post flop hand. So we're going to give it a shot.
threes left remaining, and you can extrapolate that for the rest of the games here on the screen. However, this
He's
doesn't
blocking
solve
my
the
straight.
We need to think
So
about
we are
how
out of
he's
this one,
going to
and
play
ace
and he lived
9
in
will
after
crack
another
king,
person.
crack queens.
Pocket tens, I think,
All right,
is very likely
I'm gonna
to
pause,
win.
and I don't believe we have enough chips to buy into anything, but we'll check.
Pocket deuces are the top.
All right, guys, so I'm right.
So take 8.75
Absolutely nothing we can do here.
divided by
We don't even have
6.4%,
enough to
that gives us 13.62.
buy into a
13.62
spin
minus
or
our value range,
anything
and that
else,
gives us
so
his
we'll
total.
call it a night.
So he
It's
needs
several
to
hours
have
before we could add 10
4.87
or 15K
in order
on.
for us to
So
break even.
we're gonna
Now
call
we
it a
take
night,
that
and
4.87,
we'll see you tomorrow.
divide it into his total bluffing range.